Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome back to Football Shirts for Dementia. We got a dilemma, guys. Where do I start? Where do I start? So let's rewind back to September. I was churning out videos 2-3 times a week, showcasing the collection. We were buying lots of shirts, and then I went away and had a holiday and had an amazing time. Had a real nice break, completely switched off from everything. And then I guess just a bubble burst somewhere, and I don't quite know why. Whether it was a realisation that I'd had a really nice holiday, a holiday that had taken my wife and I a number of months to save for, and we just came back fully refreshed, really thankful for the time we had together and everything. And it just made me step back and say, I need to think about how I plan things going forward and where I spend my money, and what the important things are. And it made me reflect, I think, on the amount of money I'd probably spent since COVID on football shirts. And when you actually add it up, it's a lot of money. And I'm very lucky because my wife is really supportive of me and my hobby. And the last thing she would want me to do is to get rid of shirts that, she knows mean something to me. But at the same time, it's not just about me. My wife and I do so much together. We have so many fun adventures and have laughs along the way. And so I just, going into the end of last year, after I got back from that trip, I pulled right back from buying football shirts. And the only way really to do that was to sort of step away from social media, come off certain platforms, not spend time looking at eBay or Vinted or whatever, because actually that's where the temptation lies. You see a deal, you think that's good, and you buy the shirt. So the channel has struggled, and the channel I do because I like to document the collecting we do. I also like to showcase the fundraising work we do. So the channel isn't about growth for me personally. I don't gain out of this. The limited ad revenue we get through the channel, which is very limited, goes to support Alzheimer's research. But we're not even talking 3 figures, we're talking very low numbers. So for me, it's not about the growth. But because of this moment and because of my sort of stepping back, we haven't really produced much content since then. The channel obviously now struggles, so we're not getting the viewing. And really thank you to all you guys who do continue to tune in and watch the videos when we do get round to publishing them. So yeah, we've been on a bit of a journey, and I find myself here now. We're February 2024, and I've just put the video out for our January purchases, which was 2 match-worn shirts. I think the December purchases one had just a handful of shirts. You can see straight away that I've really scaled right back. And at the time of recording here, I haven't got any other shirts in process at the moment, and I'm at that point where I've actually found myself saying, is it time to sell some of the shirts? Do I, and I mean really rationalize the collection, because I've got shirts all around me. I've got 2 rails behind the camera here. I've got a wardrobe full of my Liverpool shirts, which will never be sold. I've got a Ralph of my match-worn shirts, which will never be sold. And I've got shirts everywhere. And I sort of stepped back and I thought, in the last 6 months, have you stepped back and had a look at these shirts? Or do they just hang on a rail somewhere where they're an extra item on my insurance in terms of a high-value item? Why is a shirt in my collection? Because for me, it's never really been about volume. There was probably a moment during COVID where it was like, oh yeah, let's get loads of shirts. But for me now, the shirt's got to have a meaning for me. So if it's a Liverpool shirt, then absolutely, that's my club. My local club, Gillingham, I've got a few shirts. I like, to get those if they're available. The match-worn shirts, yes, I've really decided that that's a focus for me and starting to grow that area out. And then there's the sort of the shirts that I describe as icons, legends, for want of a better word, but it's certain shirts with a name set from a particular era or particular player, especially player shirts, from Liverpool players, past and present, from their other clubs. But aside from that, there is really no reason why I will be adding other shirts to the collection. And you know, I've always had an affinity with Spain and La Liga, but I'm looking at a whole bunch of La Liga shirts and thinking, do I need all of those? Yeah, I quite like a couple of Barcelona shirts I've got there, and so I'm in a real place now where I've got a big conundrum, which is, do I just do a wholesale cleansing of my collection, because that will release some money? And this isn't money that I'm going, this isn't about charitables, this is my own personal collection of shirts. You know, that money then can be refocused on my actual collecting goals, or maybe better still, can be put away so that my wife and I can enjoy some time. And I know I'm not alone, because I follow a lot of collectors on Twitter and Instagram, and I've often seen people selling their collection or selling shirts because they need to fund other life commitments, or they've fallen out of love. So I know it happens, and I know it can be this virtuous circle where, you know, maybe in 2 years' time I then start buying again, and I'm probably buying a shirt that I'm going to sell shortly for twice the amount. I don't know, but it has got me thinking that, you know, some of these shirts that I possibly think are assets are probably not assets, because there's only certain shirts that really hold the value or gain value. For a lot of these, and the second-hand market, it's tough. It's tough. It's a saturated market. It's tough to sell shirts. A lot of these resellers out there, a lot of the shirts they're selling, they're probably not selling at a profit. Their profit is made on the standout shirts. So yeah, I've got a real dilemma right now. Maybe help us out, guys. Hit the comments. Let us know what you think. Is it time for me to just be quite tough on myself and clear the decks and just keep the ones that matter? Or should I not worry and actually keep these, just limit my enthusiasm and my purchasing? Who knows? I don't know. There you go. There's your conundrum for a Sunday afternoon in February when it's raining outside and I don't know what to do with myself. Let us know what you think, guys. And yeah, we'll let you know what we decide. But until then, guys, thank you as always for watching and embracing this channel and engaging with us. And if you are new, go back and check out some of our other videos. Give us a subscribe, because we got some great content. We've had some wonderful shirts come through. But until the next video, guys, as always, happy collecting, look after yourselves, and we'll see you again really soon.